What it do, my lovely people? Guess what, y'all? I'm about to bring another word, and this word is going to be hitting on several things. This is concerning the believer's walk. Okay, if you are an elect of God, if you are called of God, if you are a chosen of God, if you feel in your spirit that God is calling you, right? You need to prepare yourself for certain things. And I'm going to show you what you should prepare yourself for. Look at this. This is coming from the Apocrypha, and I'm reading the Wisdom of Sirach. Okay? I think that's how you say that name, Sirach. Not the Sirach, but yeah. We reading the Wisdom of Sirach. But I'm going to be hitting on several lines because it says line upon line, precept upon precept. Do you know you could take your holy word and you'll notice that it'll talk about one thing right here, then it'll stop right about here, then it'll start talking about something else, but the continuation of it will be on the next page or to be somewhere at the bottom of the page. And if you read it right, you can take certain lines from here and certain lines from there, and you will get a message. You don't change the words up, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to read the word in order, especially if you're talking about a certain topic, because it hits everywhere in a different flavor, a different type of way, in a certain way, because we all are different. We all have different personalities, and we all bring this word in a different way. So God makes sure that when he wants you to know something, he will explain it to you in so many ways to the point where you can't say that you didn't hear it before, you didn't see it before, you know what I'm saying? Because he's going to explain himself in a different type of way, so he try to reach you on the level that you're on. And that's what made the words so beautiful, because these words are alive. They begin to live on the inside of you. But if you decide to follow God, I want you to prepare yourself. Okay, prepare yourself, because this is what you're going to face. This is what you're going to have to go through. This is what you're giving up. This is what you're saying you're okay with, without fuss, without arguing. It's just a yes, Lord, I'm there. Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? Let me show you something. If you choose to serve God, prepare yourself, okay? My son, if you come forward to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. All types of temptation is going to come for the called of God, the elect of God, those who want to serve God. Be prepared for that demon called temptation. Set your heart right and be steadfast, and do not be hasty in time of calamity. When things are going wrong, set your heart aright. Don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to make a decision. Don't be so quick to get mad. Sometimes you got to sit down and let things play out. Hold fast to him and do not depart, that you may be honored at the end of your life. Accept whatever is brought upon you, and in changes that humbles you, be patient. Don't get weary in your waiting, and don't try to pick up something that don't belong to you. God will only give you burdens that you can bear, but you can put more on you than you can bear. So only be concerned with whatever is brought upon you. And in the changes that humble you, be patient. For gold is tested in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of humiliation. Don't get irritated because you get humiliated, right? A lot of people who follow God, we do crazy stuff. We do stuff that don't make sense. We do stuff that make people question us. But don't you get crazy and jump the ship because your gold is being tested in the fire. Trust in him. He will help you make your ways straight and hope in him. Don't fret. Don't worry. Don't jump ship. You who fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and turn not aside lest you fall. See, don't give up in the middle. If you don't went to the middle, don't give up halfway in the middle. Keep going. Pray for long suffering. Long suffering helps you deal and helps you in your waiting. Clothe yourself in long suffering. You who fear the Lord, trust in him, and your reward will not fail. You who fear the Lord, hope for good things, for everlasting joy and mercy. Consider the ancient generations and see whoever trusted in the Lord and was put to shame, or whoever persevered in the fear of the Lord and was forsaken, or whoever called upon him and was overlooked. For the Lord is compassionate and merciful. He forgives sins and saves in time of affliction. In your waiting, in your hard times, don't give up, child of God. Don't jump ship. You gotta trust the process. Trust the process. See, in the waiting, you being pressed, you being shaped, you being molded because you are being crucified. You are denying the flesh. You are becoming yourself. You are remembering who you are. So you cannot go back. Those of you who live God, sleep God, eat God, love God, want to give everybody God, you know who I'm talking about. Your life just don't make sense without God. Beware of temptation. For the person of God, for the elect of God, if we participate in certain type of things, it kills us faster. This is why good people die young, why good people don't live out to see their accolades, why good people fail. And you say, but they was doing so good. Like, but I don't understand. Y'all, we can be walking this walk and talking this talk, but it could be something that we participating in our idle time. Something that we're participating in our idle time when we're not handling God's business, when we're out to ourselves, when we're trusted to be ourselves. What type of decisions are you making? What are you participating in? What type of extracurricular activities are you participating in? Y'all, I just went to a funeral yesterday from a young person that made a mistake. But this person, if you would have gave this person 10 more years, this person would have changed the world. It hurt me to my heart because you say he was such a good person. You can't say nothing bad about him. And you could say that about a lot of us. You can't say nothing bad about us. But it's in our quiet times, in our quality times, y'all, when it's not about God, it's just us relaxing and enjoying ourselves. What are we indulging in? We can't do what the others do. So if you are called and you are elect and you say you walk in that walk, expect to get chastised. Expect to lose when you gain. Expect to be stripped. Expect to be whipped. And expect death. Because we carry righteousness. We carry the Holy Spirit. And we can't take the Holy Spirit anywhere. And we can't do whatever we want to do with the Holy Spirit. We have to be mindful of the greatness that we carry. Some places you go to, your spirit tell you you don't want to be there. Come on, y'all. We got to stop giving in to the wicked angel. Remember, man has a wicked angel and man has a righteous angel inside of them. When we participate with the wicked angel, we do wicked things. We do things to harm ourselves. We put things in our bodies to harm ourselves. We do things to our body to harm ourselves. Therefore, we die faster. If you ever wonder why evil people live long, why it seem like evil people get away with everything, that's why. It's because they don't carry the words of righteousness. They don't reference God. And it seems like they should be the one that's dying faster. But they being who they are. But their time is coming. And woe to them. You don't want the end that they got. So when you walk in this walk, you are saying that it's certain things that Caesar got going on you don't want to participate in. And it don't make you lame. It don't make you boring. If you think about it, it preserves you. It preserves your life. It preserves your beauty. It preserves your health. It keeps you safe. Child of God, what are your extracurricular activities? What do you do when you think it's no big deal? It's no harm. It is harm, depending on your indulgence level, meaning how often you indulge in it, why you indulging in it. Some things we indulge in, y'all, we know. We know God is holding us accountable now. This is what this energy is doing. So if you're going to walk this walk, you're going to talk this talk, you're going to stop doing certain things. And the way I see it, if you wouldn't do it in front of God, then you know there's something you shouldn't do. That's just plain and simple. If you know that this would turn God's stomach, if this would make God turn his face from you, you shouldn't do it, right? It's easy. But let me tell you what's going to happen. If you decide that you want to give up certain things, that you want to preserve your life, that you want to preserve your health and your beauty, and you want to gain more life, meaning more years. You want to live to see 100, right? Or do you want to be cut down at 40 or 30 or 20? Remember, death comes quick for us, not the non-believers, but for us, because we grieve the Holy Spirit with all that nastiness, right? And we live off the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit nourishes us. Righteousness nourishes us, right? So when it's not there, we become empty. And then we try to hold in all that negative stuff when our vessel was once holy. It just don't make sense. But let me show you what you're agreeing to. If you decide to walk this walk and preserve your life and make your way into the kingdom, instead of looking at it, if you want to walk through it, if you want to be a citizen, This is what's happening. If you are willing, my son, you will be taught. And if you apply yourself, you will become clever. If you love to listen, you will gain knowledge. And if you incline your ear, you will become wise. Stand in the assembly of the elders. Who is wise? Hold fast to him. Be ready to listen to every narrative, and do not let wise proverbs escape you. If you see an intelligent man, visit him early. Let your foot wear out his doorstep. Reflect on the status of the Lord and meditate at all times on his commandments. It is he who will give you insight to your mind, and your desire for wisdom will be granted. Look at this. With all your soul, fear the Lord and honor his priests. With all your might, love your Maker and do not forsake his ministers. Fear the Lord and honor the priest and give him his portion, as is commanded you, the first fruits, the guilt offering, the gift of the shoulders, the sacrifice of sanctification, and the first fruits of the holy things. Your heart, your will, your trust, your faith, your loyalty, your sacrifice, not to be what the world is, your compassion, to see not just yourself do well, but others, the love that you have for others, the words that God give you, share them. When you see somebody low, encourage them. If you have more than enough, share. Don't insult a person or join the conversation of slander when a person is at their lowest, because you become lower than the lowest. Everybody fails, everybody rises, everybody falls, and everybody gets up. Don't let your words be the words that is a foot in somebody's neck. Don't be a person that spreads slander. Don't lie on people. Don't set traps and snares for other people to fall so you can be seen to be lifted up. You will pay. If you decide to follow God and you find a person that is reflecting God, like a person like me, it's others out there like me. You look at our lifestyle. You look at our countenance. You look at us on our ways. Don't get your stuff from anybody and anywhere. And when you find that person, God will prove himself through that person. You will know. You run their doorstep down getting it until you become the one that can be the teacher and go out and be the reacher and go out and be the fisherman. Our mouth is full of coin. We are not broke, and we were not born in poverty. What are you doing with your wealth? What are you doing with your calling? What are you doing if you really following God like you say you are? How can God set you apart? Can you set yourself apart?